right? So the placenta is the attachment of the mare to the foal, and then to the mare's lining of her uterus, where the blood supply to give all the foal all the nutrients and nourishment it needs to grow and develop in utero. And as the mare passes the foal first, the placenta will come after, usually somewhere between 1 and 3 hours. If you get longer than 3 hours after, you may have issues with the placenta, setting up a septic circumstance within the mare. We inspect the placenta all the time, as you'll see in the forthcoming video, making sure that it was passed in its entirety, making sure that there are no signs of infection or anything that may impact the health of the foal, that we could take some actions to kind of mitigate or do something about. But really important part of the process, we weigh the placenta as well. It generally weighs about 10% of the body weight of the foal. Heavier than that, you might have concerns. You can see all kinds of things in the placenta. If there's infection, you'll see signs of it. If there was fescue toxicity, you'll see signs of that. So this mare had a very healthy looking placenta, and part of the normal postpartum evaluation, we always evaluate the placenta. 14 pounds, 11 ounces. So I don't know that, that means she necessarily is going to weigh 140 pounds, but that's an appropriate weight for this size foal from what we can see right now. This is the non-pregnant horn of the placenta. So the uterus, the placenta lines the entire uterus. It's a continuous connection. And you have 2 horns and a body. This is all the placenta and all the vessels, vasculature coming down to the umbilical cord that goes to the foal. Non-pregnant horn, the body of the uterus, and the pregnant horn. And we inspect these. So 2 horns, the body of the uterus, and this is what we call the cervical star. It's the area of the placenta that's over the cervix that breaks when the mare breaks water. And we always examine the entire placenta to make sure that it's all there, because if the mare retains part of the placenta, they can get pretty significant infection and endometritis that can be life-threatening at the end of the day. They can get very sick. The tip of the non-pregnant horn, because it's the least well vascularized, is the most common area. You leave something, but it's all here. This entire placenta is here. All very good, consistent, normal consistency, normal color, nice and thin. We will turn it inside out to look at it. So this red velvety part is what's up against the endometrium, the uterine wall. That's the connection where the mare's blood supply feeds the placenta that is all coalesced to feed the foal here. So in addition to making sure the whole placenta is intact, we'll turn it inside out and look at the lining and make sure that there are no signs of infection or anything else. Some of these spots that are less well vascularized might have been where the foal was pushing coming out, or as it detached, it did that. Looking at the pregnant horn here, nice, well vascularized, that kind of red, velvety appearance, very healthy looking. Look at the non-pregnant horn as well. Invert that. Oftentimes I said, as this is less well vascularized, it just doesn't look quite as healthy. A little bit of that kind of brown, kind of drying blood appearance. This is maybe a little darker than we'd like. I don't know that it's anything pathological, but that's a little darker than normal, that brown tinge and a little bit of film on it in the non-pregnant horn. But I don't expect anything of significance. The filly is very healthy, bright, alert, doing everything right, and obviously has a lot of placenta, a lot of vascular connection to stay healthy with. So we'll inspect these, we'll weigh these. They're usually 10% or so of the weight of the foal, but an important part of the process is weighing this also.